I want you to consider this for a moment. Instead of charging the employer every time you make a placement, how about charging the actual candidate? Hi, I'm Suki. Welcome back to the channel. If this is a type of content that's of interest to you, please remember to click like and subscribe and you'll get notification every time I upload new content. So, charging the candidate instead of the employer. Makes sense. But I want to back up a second. In every country that I'm dealing in, it is illegal. So you can't do that. So please don't go and break the law, because that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to think about it, and there's no law against thinking. Why do I say this? Because ultimately, as the leader, as a leadership team, it is your responsibility to ensure that you explore every avenue open to you. You ensure that you've created shareholder value. You're creating a high performance sales culture, sales teams, and you're maximizing the income for your employees and everybody else. So it's your job. So if you are not even willing to think about this, I ask you to ask yourself this: what am I doing in this seat? So now that we've got that out of the way, why am I saying this? Well, the first thing I want you to do is just, as I said, just open your mind up, because I promise you, if you do some of the suggestions I'm going to recommend, you will increase shareholder value, you will increase morale, it will impact your internal teams, it will increase your market share, and it will increase it'll help build, strengthen your brand. I want you to start off by, you've got your boardroom table, and your CFO is there, marketing is there, HR is there. I always say there's one voice missing from that table. That is the frontline staff, but that's not a rabbit hole I'm going to go down in this video. But I want you to pose the question to them and listen. Just sit back, listen. Just get them to humor you for an hour. You will start to see the ideas flow, the benefits flow from each department's perspective. You've got LinkedIn, you've got good old Google. Just go and Google what candidates think and say about the staffing industry. LinkedIn has probably millions of posts where they are talking negatively about their experience within the staffing industry. That's all really valuable information. Go and grab all of that. Talk to your internal salespeople, recruitment teams, branch managers. Again, it depends on what setup you've got. What are they hearing? I bet you're going to hear something to the effect of candidates are going for interviews and it's taken us a week, 2 weeks to go back to them with feedback because we get no feedback from the client. You're going to hear things like that. If you're in the light industrial general staffing space, you're going to hear about the onboarding process for a candidate just to register. In some companies, it's an hour and a half. And there's no guarantee of a job. It's not even an interview. It's filling out paperwork. Now, I'm not taking away that in light industrial and so forth, there is the health and safety paperwork that needs to be filled out. But do you really need the candidate to come in for an hour and a half? Is that really the right process to have in place? Where I want you to go with this is I want you to gather all of this information. Then I want you to look at it and say, where and how can we improve our process? Get rid of a process, implement a brand new process. That's what you want to be thinking, and then go and make those changes. Make those changes in your business. Because here's the thing, when your candidate experience is strong, the likelihood of the placement happening has just gone up drastically, because now the candidates get, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but now the experience is good, the candidates more comfortable sharing more information with you, telling you about other companies they've interviewed at, and so forth. So now the likelihood of placement has increased. Your brand has strengthened. They're telling their friends, buddies, families, anyone that'll listen. So now you've got more candidates being referred to you. Your clients are happy because they're getting higher quality candidates in a timely manner. Your internal teams are happy because their job has just become easier because the processes are working for them rather than against them. These are just some of the benefits that you're gonna find. Now, it's easy just to think about it and think about the benefits and think about some of the changes. The implementation part is where the magic really starts to happen, and that's beyond the scope of today's video. But ultimately, as a leader, it is your job to create high-performance sales cultures and teams, elevate market share, return shareholder value, and maximize every employee's income, and look after their mental well-being, stress, and things like that, which is arguably more important. So what am I saying? I'm saying go educate yourself. Look at LinkedIn. Just do a Google search and tons of information will come in. Talk to your recruitment team. They'll tell you what your candidates are thinking and what your candidates are saying. Start thinking, if the candidate was paying the invoice, what systems, processes, what behaviors would I change as a leader within my business? And if you've got any comments, thoughts, feel free to leave them below. I'd love to hear them. You may disagree with me. Great, let's hear it. But as I said, if you are interested in having a chat, there's my email. Drop me an email. If this is a type of content that is of interest to you, please remember to hit subscribe and like, and you will get notification every time new content is uploaded. Thanks ever so much for listening. Bye for now.